They come.
Good day, internet people. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the follow, Koerkri. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. How are you? Yes, today we are streaming for, what is this, the fourth stream in a row pretty much. Been a busy week of streaming for me. And today I was really happy because a box arrived today from Warcolours in Cyprus. And what Warcolours do is they make a range of paints, as well as other paints, called Nostalgia 88, which is based off the old Citadel colour line from the 80s and 90s, complete with the old school flip-top pots. And they are trying to match the old colours as well, which is awesome. So I'm really looking forward to giving these a go. The only one I've opened so far is Goblin Green, which is probably the most predictable one that you would open first. Classic colour, so we've got a part of that. I've got 18 colours in all, I believe. I think so. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 colours. So we've got plenty to be working with. And if you do want to get your hands on some of these, I do have an affiliate link. If you type !nostalgia in the chat, then you can get a link and it will take you to the place where you can buy these. You can buy individual pots, or they do have paint sets of 9 paints available, which I believe does save you a little bit of money by going that way. And yeah, so these are much like the old original Citadel colours, water-based, high-quality acrylic paints. They've even, as far as I can tell, captured the feel of them and the smell of the classic paints. So if I quickly just flip the lid of this one, you can see that lovely sheen of those paints there. But I haven't applied one to a model yet, so that's something we're going to be doing shortly. And I will be ordering a few more of these. I definitely want to see if they've got an elf flesh colour. Let me just have a look at their website. Do they have an elf grey? Definitely want to see what flesh colours they've got, because it'd be cool if I can get like an elfy sort of flesh tone out of these. I have to go on and have a look. So they've sent a nice range of colours. I'll just quickly go over them very quickly, which colours we've got. So there's Goblin Green. We've got Titillating Pink, which is a very nice classic, very bright shade of pink, as you can see. It's more vivid in real life than it looks on the camera there. Then we've got my all-time favourite classic Citadel colour, Orc Turquoise. Really nice colour. If you like your Sotek green and that sort of colour, then this looks like this will be perfect. These are also 20mm pots, I should say, which is a little bit more than even the classic 18mm Citadel pots, I believe. We've got Ghoul Grey, which is a nice sort of brownish tint grey, maybe a slight green to it. We've got Striking Scorpion Green, which is a really nice bright green. Not as neon as the plain old Citadel Scorpion Green, which, hang on a minute, I think I've got to hand. It's not the same name and it's not the same shade, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too... This one's really old. Yeah, so this one here is the old Scorpion Green, and then this is Striking Scorpion Green. So I can't remember whether that was a different colour or whether like Citadel replaced Striking Scorpion Green with just Scorpion Green later on. But that is a brighter shade, whereas this is a slightly deeper shade of green, that one. Hey Steve, you're lurking. Thank you for the lurk. So we've got that colour. There's a Serpent Bite Leather. No prizes for guessing what paint that's what paint that was. That's Snake Bite Leather, basically. We've got Enchanted Blue, which is another favourite from back in the day. These probably will need a bit of a shake before I use them. We've got Space Wolf Grey, which is that nice, slightly blue shade of grey. Word up, gentle beans. How's it going, Miss Lamatastic? We've got Marine Dark Blue, which is a really nice, deep blue. Orc Flesh. I'll save that one till last. Salamander Green, which is a really deep green. We've got Hobgoblin Orange. Red Gore, which I think would be roughly equivalent to the old Scab Red, would it be? Maybe, because they do have Blood Red as well. Electric Blue, which was a nice, bright blue. Blues are something which I've been quite lacking, so I'm glad to have all these new blues. Bronzed Flesh, which I guess is kind of what I'd use for the elf flesh, actually. So maybe I'll use that one for these elves. Test that one out for the skin tone. I'll put that to the side. Swamp Brown, which is a nice kind of dirty reddish, almost like a terracotta. I don't know if this is based, well, terracotta would be a bit reddier perhaps, but that's really nice. We've got Blue Grey, which is like a darker shade for your Space Wolf Grey, basically. And the last one I want to show up here is Amethyst Purple. Now this is something that Bronze flesh was the colour for when every bear head looked like Bruce Willis. This is something that Citadel don't do at the moment, which is a range of coloured metallics. So Amethyst Purple is a really nice looking, at least in the part, metallic purple shade. I would like to see Citadel go back to making some of these kind of colours. They also have like green and polished blue and that in these as well. So yeah, they look really nice, and I can't wait to get in and try them. I mean, I'm going to use this on some of the gemstones, I think. I think that's perfect for the gem paints. So I'm just going to pop these back up, and then we're going to have a look at what models we're going to be painting. So we've got a nice collection of models. Paints, and models, I guess. So we're going to use these. There will be the odd occasion when I will have to dip into my other more recent paints, I think. I'm going to disagree with you there. I think we get a much nicer result using contrast over a bright. To be fair, that's how I usually do my gems. My Warlock, his gemstone was mostly contrast, so if you do a bit of hard coat over the contrast as well, you get that nice sheen. It's a lot like the gemstone paints they released recently. But coloured metallics are nice as well though. I do like coloured metallics. So the models we're painting, I've got 5 classic models, and I was going to do something different, but I'm going to go for the first 5 for this unit of Glade Guard, which is the Wood Elf Spearmen. But these are the 80s ones and not the 90s ones. So first up I've got this, which I'm using as the standard banner bearer. I think this might have been a Scarlock one at some point. Can I stop the thing looking so washed out? White balance, exposure, that's a bit better. Let's just have a look at the zoom and focus and stuff. Can I zoom in a little bit? Cool, and the focus needs to be, no, needs to be about there. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So we've got this one, which is the banner bearer, which is a really nice model. The detail will be a lot easier to see once I start getting some colours down. We've got 2 of the regular actual chappies. So these are going to go either side of the command for the first 5, and then we'll work on the next 5 for like each row as we go. But yeah, that's the next 2. The musician is this one here with a harp. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but it's got a nice harp. Another nice one. Gives us a chance to do something interesting with that harp. And I'm using this one as the champion. This Mohawk sporting guy, which I think this could indeed be an early war dance, so it could be from the this could be from the Scarlock set as well. It might be. I'd need to check, but this might be the 2 characters from Scarlock, possibly. I do need to have a little bit of a refresher on those, but for the sake of argument, this makes a nice front row for a unit of spearmen, aka the Glade Guard. So that's what we're doing today. So let's test these watercolour paint out, shall we? So I think what I'm going to do is go in with the bronzed flesh for all the skin areas, and then I'll give those bits a wash with either Gulliman Flesh Contrast, or I'll use Reikland Flesh Shade, one of those 2. So I think that'd be really cool. It'd be a nice start, and hopefully the picture's not too bright. Obviously when your models are just pure white, it's a little bit hard to make out the details, but as we get paint down, it should all start to come together, and you'll be able to see what I'm actually doing. Oh, just having a bit of a quick readjust on my chair, changing my posture a bit. Okay. So are we excited? What's everyone up to today? Anyone hobbying? Anyone got any painting on? Or just chilling out? I tuck that under there. That's my little bit of clothy stuff. So, yeah, bronze flesh. I thought this was bleached bone when I first saw it because it has got that very, very light colour to it. Right. So, we'll give it a good shake to start off with. I don't know how likely these particular paints are to settle. Hopefully there. Okay, right, so be interesting to see what the coverage is like on these. So I just need to pull the strip off. Classic. Feels good. Remember doing that back in the olden days. So let's open it up, have a look. Looks good. Give it the sniff test. Oh yes, that smells perfect. That smells exactly like they used to smell back in the day. If there was ever like a paint smell that kind of had a nostalgia to it, that's the smell. 100%, that's bringing back memories, that is. Right, so it's quite a yellowy flesh tone, so once we put the wash over it, it'll really bring it out. But elves traditionally do have this very pale sort of skin tone, almost like an ivory skin tone, I think, so certainly this will fit. So we're just gonna go around, find all of the skin parts. The paints are very thin already, like they were back in the day. They've got the consistency. It does feel very much the same as they used to. What that does mean is you will need to obviously use multiple coats of these. I shouldn't imagine any of these will have the kind of coverage that you get from the modern Citadel base paints or the foundation paints. So I'm just going to go and do all the skin on all these models first. I was a bit panicky a minute ago because I was on the phone with one of my, I guess you'd call it like an ex-boss, but it's not so much an ex-boss because I work for them sort of like freelance, work from home, dialing in. And because I knew I wanted to stream at 1 o'clock, I was on a work call with him from about 12, and I was getting a bit worried that I wasn't going to end the call in time to go live. So luckily I did. I'm gonna have to hang up on you now. I've got toy soldiers to paint. Well, it's all about priorities, isn't it? Toy soldiers are more important. Especially when your client hasn't got much money at the moment, so they probably can't afford to pay you anyway. So, yeah. Now, this one is also holding a scroll. So, I'm going to paint the scroll in this colour as well, and I'll differentiate it by using a different wash. So I'll obviously use like a flesh coloured wash on the flesh, and then the scroll we can use something like Agrax. And then we can see how the colours respond to different shades over them. Okay, just checking notifications. The hair on this one undoubtedly influenced the later War Dancer models. It's got a proper Mohican. Which, if you ask me, it's just an opportunity to use more colours. So we can have a bit of fun with that one. Now, like some of the ones we painted yesterday, some of these do have these little shield nubs on their hands and wrists, where little kind of old school shields with the cutout would slot over. So it might be that I have to kind of find some other shields for that. We'll find a way, but I'm not going to worry about shields yet. Cross that bridge later. Right, we need a bit more of that off out of the pot. We're getting pretty close to 500 followers here on Twitch as well, which is nice. It's taken me a little bit of time to grow on Twitch compared to the other social media, but that's because I've not been very consistent, by my own admission. But we're stepping it up this year. Stepping it up. More streaming, more content creation, just more cool hobby and stuff. Keep Paint Slam growing. Grow the community, get more Paint Slammers joining in and having fun. It's gonna be good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, these models are almost as old as me. These ones are from about 1987 or so. From 3rd edition era at Warhammer. Probably some of the earliest of the Slutter base models. And honestly, they hold up pretty well. They're not bad. A few of them are a little bit wonky, admittedly. But they've got that kind of classic charm. I love it. Dragons, thank you for the drink. I appreciate you, my friend. How are you? I hope you're well. So yeah, this is the one with the harp. Ooh, had a big blob of water run down my brush there onto my bristles. That's the word. I've switched the music over to instrumentals only because I was getting flagged up for copyright on a few of the last few VODs. And I thought Pretzel Rocks was supposed to avoid that, but apparently not. Not too bad. How are you? I'm okay, thank you. Anyone hobbying along? I'm currently putting some paint on my Kagra's Ravagers. Chaos War Button for Underworlds. I love those models. Those Ravagers are awesome. It's like the epitome of what modern Chaos Warriors can look like. They're super nice, and I really like the Sorcerer as well. Really cool models. I picked them up just to paint because I don't really play Underworlds, but I couldn't resist them for painting. They've of course gone on to square so they fit in my Warhammer army. Oh, brilliant. I look forward to seeing those. That's awesome. Have you got the new Chaos Warriors from the Start Collecting box? Those new sort of poses for the classic style design? I wonder why those aren't available separately yet. Nick taught me how to play last weekend. It's actually really fun. I put the Stormcast Warriors together and used them as a unit at Chosen. Awesome. Sounds good to me. Oh, Start Collecting, not Stormcast. I always see SC as Stormcast, but it's Start Collecting. My poor brain. There's a bit of a mould line running down the edge of that model there, but didn't see that. Again, these models are lead, as I was saying yesterday. So being lead, I don't really want lead shavings and dust floating around in the air, so I'm a little bit hesitant to start, sanding them down and stuff. Pro tip, I will never mean anything from the AOS. That's fair. That's fair. See, I love my old hammer and I love my old world. I don't hate AOS. I think some of the models are really nice, but I do still prefer the old world. I should have done that arm really, shouldn't I? I will always prefer the old world setting, so when the old world game comes along, I'm really, really, really looking forward to that, to see what happens with it. Low-key praying that we see new Wood Elves for it. There is a chance. The maps they've shown so far have mentioned Athel Loren, and they have had the Wood Elf Orion head symbol thingy on the maps, which does give me hope that my dearly beloved Wood Elves may indeed get some love. Assuming they keep the scale the same, who knows, they might even end up joining this army. That'd be fun, make it a retro army that's got some brand new models in it. I'm sure it's a good game, etc. It's not my bag. It's the marionetted decay cub, my best friend. Oh. Well, pour one out for the old world. Gone but not forgotten. This project of mine with these wood elves, I'll be working on this for at least this next year, if not longer. In all likelihood, it's just going to be an ongoing project as long as I can paint and source models. I think I'll just keep on doing more and more of these old hammer wood elves. Eventually, maybe I'll make it my goal to have like the biggest collection of painted wood elves. Maybe I'll start adding in all eras of wood elf into one big retro styled army. Get some of the newer kits as well, put them all on squares. Get the even some of the modern Kernoth hunters, put some of them onto squares and count them as treekin. Just go all in on it, make it absolutely huge and screw the rules. Just make it an impressive collection more than anything else. My main Warhammer mission for this year will be Orcs and Goblins, so I've got this Warband and the Fellowship of the Ring to sort out too. And yeah, I've been thinking of those kind of things as treekin proxies. I think they're about the same sort of size as treekin, and unlike the treekin, you can actually make out what they're supposed to be. I didn't like the treekin models. I had some in Finecast, and they're just an unreadable mess of branches without any kind of real, I don't know, they just don't look good to me. Ogre sized, yeah, that's about right. So I probably will end up getting some more treekin at some point and just put them onto like 40mm squares. Would it be 40 or 50 for them? I think 40 is the standard. 40 should be okay. Yeah. I think that look really cool. I haven't seen anyone put them onto squares yet. I feel like had they come around and been released during the end times, that would have been awesome. The treekin models don't spark joy. If a model can be proxied by something you snapped off a tree in the garden, it might need a bit of a revamp. Yeah. It's like I will always prefer the old 90s tree men over the later metal tree man they did. It wasn't as bad as the treekin, but it still just kind of looked a little bit messy to me. To be honest, I find that with a lot of the middle hammer wood elves from the 2000s or so. I find that they just aren't easy to look at. They're cool when they're painted, but if you're looking at them unpainted, the silhouettes don't look readable. Whereas if you look at something like this, you can, assuming the light allows it, you can see what all the details are, and you know, okay, it's standing there, it's got a harp, it's got a sword. And the later ones just became like a jumble because they're all on branches and they got spikes and branches and leaves everywhere. And I get that it's thematic, but they lost the elegance of the design a little bit. Not to complain too much. I don't want to complain. I do like the more recent Wood Elf stuff they did though. I think the new Tree Lord was amazing. I think the character they released as Araloth who is now the what is it, a Wanderer Prince now or something. I think that model's fantastic, especially with the way the bird's kind of like leaping out of his arm or off his little arm perch thing that they have. Definitely more twiggy/tree-ish, and therefore don't have that definite silhouette. The elves themselves, though, I love the character models especially, particularly the Lord with the big horns and eagle headdress. I think I've got him in my box of many things. I think I've got that Lord, I think. Although no, I haven't got the one that rides the stag, I've got one that rides a horse. And I've also got the female wizard, whatever she's called. What did they call the wizards later on? Not shadows here, that's harlequins. Spellsinger, that's the one. Spellsinger with a staff, I've got her. She's just sitting there in plain metal at the moment, so she'll be getting done. The Spellsinger doing the T-pose for dominance, that's one I'd like to get hold of. I prefer to get the metal ones over the Finecast ones if I can. But if I have to have Finecast, I'll settle. Just waiting for the flesh tones there to dry a little bit. Let's see, so what else are we going to need? We haven't been sent a silver, so what I'm going to use for the silver is probably just lead belcher, or maybe I'll find a bolgon metal in my drawer. The Waywatcher Lord. Yeah, okay, the Waywatcher Lord's kind of cool too. But the regular Waywatchers, definitely prefer the 90s ones. Definitely, 100%. And I prefer the 90s Glade Guard because they are more regimented. I think they look nicer. But yeah, I'd probably feel different about the 2000s Wood Elves if I'd have been in the hobby when they got released, but I was on my hobby break when those all came in. So when I came back to the hobby, those Wood Elves had been out for a while already. And my nostalgia just says, I want my old ones. I can understand why one might prefer the older ones, but to me they're just dudes with bows rather than mystical forest ninjas. Yeah, I just prefer that kind of slightly more simple aesthetic myself. I mean, it's each to their own. I just thought that the more recent ones were just a bit over-designed. But I guess everything comes down to like personal taste, doesn't it? I mean, that's what makes life interesting. Yeah, so because those paints are quite thin, they do take a little bit longer to dry out than what you might expect from your current Citadel stuff, at least if we're talking straight from the part. I do like me some squiggly bits. See, I don't like the forest dragon with the spikes all over it. The Sisters of Twilight version. Didn't like that. I like the simple noodle dragon without all the gubbins. Let's see if I can find the... What's the browns we got? We got swamp brown, and there was another brown, wasn't there? Was it snakebite leather? Is that what I was thinking of? We got snakebite. Okay, yeah, it was the swamp brown I'm thinking of. So let's see how this brown looks for the wood. Give it a good old shake. Grab the tab and yank it off. Boom. Spill water everywhere. Well done, Jess. Clumsy bish. Right. And there's our swamp brown. Looks a lot like the current Mornfang brown. Smells lovely. Smells gorgeous. So it's a nice deep sort of reddish brown. In fact, have I got a Gorgunter brown around so we can just see them side by side? What's that? Oh, sorry, Mornfang brown is what I was trying to say. It's a little bit reddier than Mornfang. There's Mornfang. It's a comparison. So it's a little bit reddier. So let's paint the shafts. Looks somewhere between the old bestial brown and dark flesh. I wonder if bestial brown is what it was kind of like copying. I don't recognise the name Swamp Brown from back in the day, so it was probably renamed from what inspired it. Coverage is good. Yeah, that's a nice shade of brown. It's got a lot of colour to it. That kind of slightly more readiness to it. It's nice. Clever of them to match the old colour but improve the paint quality. A lot of the old paints were very transparent and didn't cover well. So I'm pleased to say that so far I am impressed with the coverage. Just doing the second coat, it's giving a nice solid colour. I'd say it dries a little bit more matte perhaps than the originals as well. I think the old Citadel paints, at least according to my memory, had a little bit of a satiny finish to them. They get quite shiny. Whereas this seems to be drying quite matte indeed. Very nice matte finish. Struggling to convey my thoughts as words. I just need to tuck under that with a smaller brush around the hand between the fingers and the thumb. I don't want to splodge that all over. I've just had to do maybe 4 coats of corn red over black before I was happy with it. Wow. What you really want is the old foundation Mechrite red. That had good coverage. I really liked Mechrite. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Quite pleased with that. So let's go and do that across all of the shafts. Let's stick with that first. We'll just go through all the little fiddly bits and then we can use the bigger brush to fill in if we need to. More recently, I think it's since the release of Contrast, I've switched back to using like white undercoats and very light ones. Until then, I've been mostly using black or grey primer, but I feel like my colours have got a lot nicer since I've gone back to white. You just get a much brighter look to your colours, although obviously if you go for grim dark it's probably not much use, but yeah, I've grown to love white undercoats again. Especially for this old hammer project, where you really do want those colours to be quite bright and vibrant. You don't want dull colours on old models. Same here. Like I say, Contrast I really like. I was saying it yesterday, but for all its detractors, Contrast's become just such a staple part of my painting process now. If I wasn't trying these paints out and if I didn't want to use them, then I would probably be using Contrast for most of these early steps. Most demonic retro wood elves actually are done with Contrasts. But I can definitely see myself giving these paints a good old workout across my army now. And seeing as they come in 20mm pots rather than, I think Contrast comes in 18. Is it? Yeah, Contrasts come in 18mm pots, so you do get a lot of paint for your money as well with these. For about, I think it's about £2.75 maybe for one pot of these. I need to double check, but metallics are like 15p extra. You get a lot of paint for your money compared to Citadel. feel like this collection could take off in the old Hammer community if it hasn't already done so. They seem better than the coat d'arms paints, which I did try a couple of and I didn't get on with them very much. My main use for contrast has been shades and glazes so far, and I love it. Still not super keen on the look of its finish when you put it on by itself, but layering over the top makes it nice again. You can often just smooth it out with a bit of a glaze of like a normal colour over the top, but keep enough of that kind of shadow recess. My favourite ones are just the reds. I think like Flesh Terror's red and Blood Angel's red are just, they're just so good. So strong. I kind of wish the purples were that good. But the purples seem to be a bit messy for me. I don't know if it's just me. Right, let's have a look at this guy. This is the guy we're using as the unit champion. Basically, because he looks like a hero and he's got a spear, so he was good enough for me for a unit champion. The great thing about these old models is it's not like most people will even know, even if you're using them, technically not what they were used for. My new favourite way to do gold is Retributor Armour, Gilliman Flesh, Retributor Liberator. Gorgeous, moody looking gold. Yeah, Gilliman Flesh is like the perfect wash to go over gold. It's just got that depth that Reichland doesn't give. I generally don't highlight metals much. I prefer like a non-highlighted look, usually. If it's quite a dark metal, then I'll give it a highlight on the edges, but if it's just something like Lead Belcher, even with a wash, I'm usually okay to just say, you know what, I like how that looks. As long as the wash hasn't like dulled it down too much. I've been really enjoying playing around with my photography of miniatures the last couple of days as well. Or with the colour changing LED light thingy. It's really cool how it lets you make a really atmospheric shot for very little work. Especially with the White Dwarf photo backgrounds that came in that one issue. apparently they do want to do more of those, so when they find an issue they can actually like put some in. That'll be pretty handy. I was tempted to look at like aquarium backgrounds, you know, like the aquarium posters that they stick to the outside of the back of the glass. I was tempted to look at see if any of those were good for like photography backgrounds. I don't know how much those kind of things cost, but they could be quite cool. I haven't got the talent to paint my own. I want a backdrop that's just like fields with maybe like a castle in the distance. Bit more on the palette there, that's probably too much, but there's plenty in there. This model is very much like that other one, just with a hood sculpted on. I think it's basically the same base model and they've just kind of sculpted a different head on it. So yeah, if anyone does want to have a go at these nostalgia paints, please do type !nostalgia and give them a look. It's an affiliate code, so they did send me these paints for free, I should probably disclose. They've not paid me to say nice things about it, they literally just sent me a sample set to try out, so I am very grateful. But yeah, I do have an affiliate code if you like what they seem to be doing. Like I say, from the ones I've been using here so far, I can give them a bit of a recommendation. Definitely worth a go. And if you do choose to buy it using the affiliate link, you do help me out as well. I'm definitely going to order some more of these myself, 100%. Okay, we got anything on here? Shall we do her harping brown? Or shall I kind of do that in a different sort of colour? I might do the harping red, kind of go for that proper cool nostalgic look. I'll use this on the belt that goes across this like strap, goes along here. bit splodgy, but we'll get to that later. And it goes over the back as well. You can also paint those pouches in that colour. This paintbrush has had a bit of a battering over the years. Battered like a Scottish Mars bar. I think that would also be a really nice colour for rust, actually, looking at it. The way it dries, it has got that kind of almost like a rust look to it. I bet it would make a really nice colour for weathering stuff with. I'll give that a go. I usually use Scrag Brown, but that's got a nice deep readiness to it. But you could just kind of thin it down and apply it over metal. Maybe stipple it on. I reckon that would look really nice. Okay, do we need to do another coat on there? A little bit, just a little bit. Second coat over some of this. Everyone chilled out today? People working or hobbying? Gaming? Got any weekend gaming lined up? Now this guy's got a rope curled up at his waist, so we could do with another brown shade to go over that rope. Now, do I use the snakebite leather for that? Let's have a look. Close that paint properly. Okay, let's open the snakebite leather. Although here it's called serpent bite leather. We all know what it really means. Snakebite leather is one of those paints that sort of officially lives on as a contrast paint. So you can go full meta by painting snakebite leather and then going over it with snakebite leather contrast. Add some kind of depth to it. Give that a good old yank. And open it up and give it the smell test. Oh yes, delicious. Smells gorgeous. And I don't know about you, but to me that looks pretty spot on for how I remember snakebite leather looking. In fact, do you know what? It's an old ass pot. It's an old ass pot, but I do actually have this. So let's just put a little spot next to that and see how it looks. So on the left is the old snakebite leather from Citadel. And on the right is the Warcolours one. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks like a pretty good match to me. It's hard to tell how 30 years in storage affect the paints. Now, snakebite leather was always quite a transparent paint, so this might take a few layers to work with. So I'm going to do the boots on this one, this colour. Yeah, that's a lot like the old snakebite leather coverage. Quite a transparent brown colour, as you'd expect, because it is quite light. That's entirely as predicted and expected. Needs a couple of coats on that one. But that's snakebite leather, alright. Come back to that one to do a second thin coat. Or do we want to do snakebite on this guy? Let's have a look. So we'll do his little rope at his waist. That's what we were looking at. Right, gonna scoot off, have fun retro painting retro elves. I will, thank you. Have a nice day. All the best, hope your day goes great. Right, let's have a look at the next one. Let's have a look at this one. So the champion, I'll do his boots as well, why not? Snakebite leather's a nice colour for boots. So considering that looks like the same sculpt, yep, he does have the rope as well. Just go around there. Do. Pick out the rope. Okay, and then we've got this one, the banner bearer. Again, the boots look like the best place to put some of this colour down. Where do the boots start? Or are they like knee length things? Can't tell. So I'm going to try and use the watercolour paints as much as I can on all of these models, just to give them a fair test. Obviously for highlights and stuff, I don't want to start doing too many mixes, so we get to a certain point and I'll go to the newer paints for the highlight shades, but I'm liking them. Could have done with being a bit neater on there, but that was me. Back to the swamp brown. And do we do boots on this guy? I'm trying to work out what's going on with those boots. He's got sort of like straps around them as well, but I might do the boots on those two, just that they've all got the same sort of colour on them. Start painting that on from where the straps start down. Then once we put a wash on it, we'll see how they look properly, and if we need to like pick out the straps in a different colour, we can do that. Be easier to see what we're dealing with once we've done some washes. What I'll probably do actually is once I get to the point where all the base colours are down, I'll take a quick snap of the models together before any washes go down, just so we can see kind of how it all looks. Okey-dokey. Right. I think now it's time to start doing the second coat. Get rid of some of that patchiness that we get. So grab a little bit more. I can't even do words, I tell you. Can't do words. I try and make sentences and I just trip over my own tongue. These paints are delicious. If you're nostalgic for those kind of 80s, 90s paint smells and flavours, you won't be disappointed with these ones. Sending love to all the lurkers. I appreciate you being here. Really do. There's Steve. Hey, Steve. What's you up to? Just chilling out. Can't believe I've been live for like 1 hour 23 already. That's crazy. Shit be cray. Hi Sabby, how's it going? And you're just chilling before bed, awesome. How's it going, Sab? You alright? Give no scent a tickle from me. With my compliments. And now there's an alarm going off down the street. Hope you can't hear that. Yeah, alright, just a couple of hours work left. Awesome. And then done for the weekend. Lena finishes work early today as well. I think she finishes at 3 today. So she'll be done in less than an hour, which will be awesome. Be nice to have her home early. No scent is napping after clearing snow at work this morning, so I'll get them later. That's not fair, Jess, sending tickles. When if they were returned, you'd self-disassemble. I would. I would totally self-disassemble. You're both off this weekend, awesome. Awesome sauce. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Right, what colour shall we go in with next? Shall we have a look at the red? Shall we check out Gore Red or Red Gore? Oh look, a broken pile of Jess. So this is colour number 24. A broken pile of Jess. A pool of Jess. Being tickled does break me, but it doesn't stop, Lena. We'll need to run to the shops for a food run later, probably, or I'll sack it off and go in the morning. Do it later so you don't have to go out tomorrow. Alright, let's plop some of this. Oh, look at that colour, that is a nice red. Look at that. It's a good bright red, that one. What brush shall I use for this? Let's see if this one's accurate enough. This is the M layer brush, or the Milaya Doff's hat. How's it going, Milaya? Right, So I'm going to do the harp in red because that just feels super retro to me. So this will be interesting because reds traditionally from these old colour ranges didn't have incredible coverage. So it comes down to how faithful these have been, whether they've kind of like kept the coverage as it was deliberately, or whether they've kind of managed to keep the colouring consistency but also make it cover better. You can see a bit of that swamp brown through the first coat, but then that's kind of to be expected anyway. Do you still do your GTA, is it, Steve, on Wednesdays? Can't remember what you called it, something like Wreckfest Wednesdays or something, did you say? Or am I imagining things completely? I might have completely imagined the whole thing now. I'm confusing myself. Breakfast on Wednesdays unless Josie's working and the rest of us will Forza. Because she doesn't have Forza. I haven't played Forza much lately, to be honest. I like it, but again, I think I mentioned this last time, it just feels a bit more of the same. A super vivid red. Not much GTA at all for me. Finally got sick of it after 7 or 8 years. That's a good, value for money though. 7 or 8 years from it. I think that's pretty good going for any game. Pretty good going. It will be like that. I need to keep playing the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I'm about 15 hours in and I'm really enjoying it. But as it's me, I keep forgetting to play it. But it's really cool. I feel like if it had a little bit more openness, like Mass Effect, so you could actually willingly travel to different areas and not just be funneled about by the storyline. That'd be really cool. That optimizing thing you mentioned about Forza Horizon, that normally only happens if your video drive is updated. Curious, it does it every time. Maybe it's just because I play games on my PC relatively infrequently, so my graphics drivers usually have updated. between every time I play it. Really wondered where time had gone the other day. Went on a fork knife and the friends menu now tells how long you've been friends and when you last played together. We've been friends 80 weeks on there. Wow, 80 weeks. And I haven't played it for 40 of those. I liked Fortnite, but I haven't even got it installed anymore. The last season I played was that one with all like the hunters and stuff going around. When you had like the Star Wars bounty hunter or something that crashed in the desert. Was it a Star Wars guy? I think it was a Star Wars guy, I can't remember now. Yeah, last time I played with Jiggle was 37 weeks ago. Played the current season once, I missed those days. Yeah, to be honest, my favourite season is still that first season we did with all the, like the spy stuff. I really liked that. Like the spies and the ghosts and stuff. I thought it was a really cool thing, like really kind of James Bondy and stuff. And when that kind of went away, it kind of lost me a little bit. Current season is alright, I reckon. Got rid of a load of the gimmicks and back to how it was when we played. That's cool. A lot less movie tie and stuff. It did get very tie-in-y, didn't it? Like multiverse-y and stuff. I think that's what lost Lena with it in the end, all the tie-ins and stuff. That and the fact that she just preferred Destiny for the gameplay. Oops. Here's a challenge. Find a painting stream where I don't say oops. I bet you can't. Sometimes the season can detract, but generally my enjoyment comes from the company kept. Yeah, I think it was the friendship and the time spent together that made the game special. The seasons where Marvel had basically taken over would die. I completely lost the game it was. Does it have to be a painting stream? Does it have to be my painting stream? I mean, if it's someone else's, I'm probably not going to say oops on it, but at the same time, don't count it out. Squeaky chair, squeaky chair. What are they feeding you? Are there any games that anyone's looking forward to? There's a question. Any sequels to games you like on the horizon? exciting. I'm cautiously looking forward to that new Sonic game, but with expectations very much in check, as it were. What can I do in red on this one? Should I just do that little necklace thing? Switch brush. Just spends her off time bouncing around every corner. Like every other painting stream saying oops in chat and moving on. That sounds like a thing. And Steve just plays very few games a lot. I always grab the Epic Game of the Week, the free game they release every week on a Thursday. But the amount of times I actually play them, maybe like, I've played maybe 1% of the games I've got off it. I still grab them because it's nice to have them in the library, just in case I ever do want to play any of them. One day I'll actually play that Control. One day. I've heard it's good. It's that thing where one or two games appeal on their own merit. There are a few I don't mind, but I play as a thing to do with friends. I kind of don't just like video games as a whole genre, if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like you don't have to be a movie person to enjoy one or two movies. Or you can like a couple of movies and not actually be someone who's into movies as a whole. I'm definitely not as into gaming as I used to be. I used to buy like almost every big AAA release in my early 20s and stuff when I lived at home with the parents and I didn't have to worry about bills and stuff. Used to buy so much. Sometimes I even played them. Whereas now, I play games for maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours a week on average, if I remember. If I get a game that kind of actually like grips me, I will play it a lot. Like if I get an RPG I really like, then I'll pump 30 hours into it in a weekend. As unhealthy as that is. Considering I've been streaming for about 2 hours now, it doesn't look like I've been doing that much. but they'll all start to come together soon once I start putting the greens down. When I get to the point where there's not much white left on each model, it'll really come together. I can sit and watch a friend play a game as a common point of focus. I used to go around to my friend Phil's place in the evening after work and watch him play through games like Elder Scrolls, or the original Metal Gear Solid, or Half-Life 1 and 2, and Heckle. I wasn't into the games as something I'd pour hours into, but it's a thing to do with a friend. That's nice. Kind of like the gaming is just an excuse to hang out, really, isn't it? Much like watching Lena play through ancient games I've never heard of. Yeah. Lena and I are both quite into our retro stuff. She's a bit more into it than I am, but yeah, she does like classic Sega particularly. And now she's got a Nintendo Switch, she's gonna at some point stream some of that stuff, so that'll be cool. I'd love her to stream Metroid Dread. I want to see how she reacts to the Emmys coming and hunting you down. Just going to do a little bit more snakebite leather just over some of those areas because it seems like a three thin coats sort of colour. It always was a very transparent paint. Yeah, the colour seems spot on to me. Glorious Badger, hey, how's it going? Hope you're well. We're trying out these Nostalgia 88 paints today. I had my nice big package arrive today. We're just doing these 80s wood elves with 80s style paints. All good with yourself, I hope. Yeah, I'm good. Bit peckish. Could do with some food, but I'm not going to stop streaming yet, so... Oh, you saw? Yeah, I got like 18 of these sent to me, which I wasn't expecting. It was really nice of them. Definitely want to pick up more of these because the colours are really nice. They do feel very faithful. So at the moment we're using the snake bite leather equivalent, which they've called serpent bite leather. And much like the original snake bite leather, it does require a few coats to cover well. But yeah, the smell is spot on, the texture. If you didn't know better, you'd think they were just the Citadel paints as they were. So I'm really impressed with them. Starving and need coffee or something. If you do want to grab some of these paints for yourself, by all means do type !nostalgia, and that will bring up an affiliate link. Definitely worth picking a few of these up, I would say. Plus, they're in 20mm pots rather than 18 or 12 like GW stuff. Very old school pots. They've even got the original style like tear off strip. Ah, you'll use it, thank you. So yeah, we've got the Goblin Green, which we'll be trying out very soon, which looks really nice. And that they've all passed the smell test so far. Oof. So yeah, I'm just going over the snakebite leather areas quickly, just with an extra pass. Because it was, like I say, it was always a very transparent colour. And they are very faithful in that regard. The brown on the spears, that is swamp brown. That had nice coverage. It's a little bit reddy. You can see that there is Mornfang brown from the current range, and that is the swamp brown. So it's similar but just a little bit reddier. The smell test is one of the most important. It really is. It's all good, well and good calling you Paint Mage retro, but if you don't get the smell right, then it's just not cricket. But these are spot on for smell. You could just sit there and huff them. Probably not the best idea, but you could do it. So we're just chilling out, getting some base colours down with these. Okie dokie. Right, let's go in with, I'm curious about Salamander Green. Is that going to be like the old Space Wolves? Not Space Wolves, Dark Angels even. Getting the words right. I wonder if that's going to be like the Dark Angels Green. It looks darker than the old Dark Angels Green did. There you go. So open that up. Ah, yeah, that looks nice. Have a good old sniff of the pot. That is a dark green indeed. Tell you what we'll do. Let's get a nice lot of that. It is quite a transparent green, I can see. Let's get some of that down, and then if I've got any, let's have a look. I've got an old hex pot of Dark Angels Green here, one of the later hex pots anyway. So let's just have a look and see. Yeah, so it's a bit darker than the old Dark Angels green. I don't know if salamander green is a colour that was around, or whether that's like a renamed one. So yeah, that's Dark Angels green, and that's this salamander green. Colour number 39. What I'll do is I'll paint the leggings on this one with this colour. I'm guessing it's going to take a few passes with this colour, because it looks like it is quite transparent. It'd be interesting to see how some of these would mix with contrast medium to make a sort of contrast-like paint from them. Because that almost feels like a thick contrast paint. Almost. So yeah, I'm just going to apply this in thin coats, obviously. You don't want to start smooching these on really thick. Always better to do lots of small, thin coats. Obviously it would work differently against different colours as well. If you're painting it over black or against grey, then it obviously wouldn't look quite that patchy anyway. You notice they were doing a rotting flesh paint as well. I was babbling on about that the other day. Awesome. I like rotting flesh. That was a nice kind of greeny, bony colour, wasn't it? I've done the skin on these ones in bronzed flesh, which looks a little bit lighter than I remember it, but again, that might just be my memory. I think what I want from them is them to do the old elf flesh. Do you remember the old elf flesh colour? I think that's what I want. Now, I do have a very old pot of bronzed flesh from the 90s range. You can see that is quite darker, so I don't know whether that's like how bronzed flesh looked in the 80s and then it got changed with a recipe later on. I know the old Citadel paints did often change quite frequently, because if I grab, where is it gone? I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but I've got 2 pots of the old 90s Goblin Green. And they are actually 2 rather different shades of green. The unopened one is considerably darker than that one, so I wonder if any differences are just partly due to age. Maybe this one, because it's been open so long and maybe I've diluted it a bit. But I think the old kind of techniques for mixing the colours were probably just a bit less accurate than these days. So yeah, so I've done the flesh on these in bronzed flesh anyway, and I'll go over them with a regular sort of Reichland Flesh shade or Guilliman Flesh, one of those two. One thing I don't have is any of the Warcolours washes or shades. I'm sure they probably do some, whether they're part of the nostalgia line or not. But I tend to just stick to the Citadel shades. Can't go wrong with Agrex Earth shade for most applications. I don't mind if this isn't going to be an absolutely solid green at the end, because obviously once you've done highlights and stuff it'll look fine anyway. I think this is going to be a 3-coater with this colour, at least over the white anyway. Again, if you'd use like a green spray or something, or an airbrush green. Now these do say they are airbrush friendly on the pot as well, so I can imagine a lot of them would airbrush really nicely. One I am looking forward to trying is Titillating Pink, just because it's so vivid. This is one that they showed off in photographs on their Twitter page. It looks really nice, so very much looking forward to trying that one out at some point. And one of my all-time favourite colours, very bubblegum, it's Hubba Bubba Pink. One of my all-time favourite colours is Hawk Turquoise. Super pleased to have that one. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful shade. And if you didn't see the start of the stream, one of the things I'm excited about is this Amethyst Purple, which is a metallic purple. Unlike the current Citadel line, the Nostalgia 88 line does have some of these old coloured metals. So there's like glistening green and polished blue, and this purple, and this looks absolutely gorgeous to me. Just looking at it in the pot, I'm tempted to open it up and have a look. You still got polished blue? Awesome. Well, they've got a match for that, so you can hear that feels nice and thin as well. Shall we have a look? Shall we just have a quick pop a bit out and have a look at it? But yeah, this purple looks gorgeous. Just there you go. Lovely metallic purple. Just pop a little bit on the palette. Looks like it covers well as well. That looks nice. Can't wait to find a use for that one. I think I definitely want to get the glistening green, because it just seems like the perfect sort of metallic for the Wood Elves. So, but yeah, I think that purple looks really cool. Looks really nice. It's not too in your face either. It's actually very amethyst. It is. It's very nice. So I can definitely see myself picking up all of their metallics. I want to try their mithril silver. They didn't send me a mithril silver or like a bolt gun metal, whatever they'd call bolt gun metal. I'm guessing they can't call it that. So those are two that I'd also like to get. So I might just end up putting an order in just for metallics. One of the nice things about the Warcolours site as well is if you do go to their Nostalgia 88 section, they've done recreations of some of the old paint sets, like the Monster paint set. So that it's like a 9 colour paint set based off those old classic Citadel ones. Looking at those right now. Seriously, if I had the money, I'd probably just get one of every single paint they do, to be honest, other than the ones I've got here. They're really cool. Just having a look on there again myself now. The metallic paint set, £15.47. It gets the polished blue, burnished gold, dwarf bronze, amethyst purple, beaten copper, and glistening green. They always used to be my favourite paints back in the day. Tin Bits, that was a classic. They never quite matched that with the new range. So, yeah, there's a temptation to just pick up a lot more of them, isn't there? So that, what was it called? Salamander green. You can see a few layers in. That's 3 coats. It has a little bit more of a gloss finish than some of the other colours. The Swamp Brown has a very, very matte texture to it. Then you've got the red, which was Gore Red, or Red Gore, which is a sort of like slight satin sheen, but not too satiny. Snakebite Leather's quite satiny, and then that green has a very satiny finish. I suspect if their black is a lot like the old Chaos Black, then that's probably also got a satin finish, because the old Chaos Black, as it was, I seem to remember, had a very shiny finish to it. Whether that's just something about the darker shades and how they catch the light, I don't know, but there you go, just 1/4 little layer, makes that nice and deep. I think like any paint range, it's going to be one of those ones where you end up with a few favourites that kind of become like staple ones in your collection, and then there might be other colours which you think, you know what, I don't think I'll use that one much. I might go in and just use that bronzed flesh on the harp strings actually, and then just differentiate it with a different wash. Again, if I use Agrax on the wash for it, whereas I use Warcolours on the skin, or Dooleyman flesh, be interesting to see how the wash changes up how they look. So let's paint this into the strings. Again, a couple of thin coats of this colour, I think. 2 thin coats. Yeah, these paints, they're just what I needed for this Wood Elf project, really. Just kind of makes them feel more authentic to me. Really nice seeing the Wood Elf project going. It's really fun to do it. Did you see the 5 that I did yesterday? Those were all using the Citadel colours, obviously. Whereas it'll be interesting to put them kind of side by side with these ones. My wet palette isn't very wet apparently because that's dried out a little bit. Yeah. Right, I've got to see this Goblin Green. I've got to break it out and have a look. Got a long way to go on this Wood Elf project. Just for these 80s style Glade Guard alone, I've got like a 20 strong unit. Right, there's the Goblin Green. Quick sniff. I dare say most of these will need a couple more coats than the average Citadel paint, just because they are replicating that older consistency and recipe. So whether that's a good thing or a bad thing depends on both your painting style and your level of nostalgia, I think. If you really, like me, like the way the old paints worked and the smells and the feel of them, I think you'll appreciate it. If you're perhaps a newer painter without the nostalgia, then perhaps the nostalgia ones aren't. I guess the clue's in the name, isn't it, really? But that looks really nice.
Corn_Bitworker just subscribed.
Corn Bitworker, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that Prime subscription. Is that a Prime subscription or is that just that's a tier 1? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the tier 1. That's epic. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think these paints are very appropriately named. Like I say, I've got a lot of nostalgia for these and I'm doing a very old school project. So this feels like the perfect set of paints for these. And I think anyone doing old hammer or even middle hammer will definitely want to try these out. Whoops. There's a splodge there. I did a splurge. Oh my god, it's Jess again. How can life be this great? I don't know, Cluedo. How can life be this great? What can I say? The dark gods are good to us. Thanks, dragons. Dragons, have you actually just got like a have a drink script running or something? Are you AFK and it just automatically triggers my have a drink thing every time it can? Yeah, I love that Goblin Green. Oh, it makes me want to actually do some goblins. Get some old fanatics or something. And highlight the skin up right up to like sunburst yellow. That'd be so cool. Look at that green. It's so perfect. Wipes a tear from her eye. How is everyone doing today? It's a good question, Cluedo. I can only speak for myself, but I'm okay. What time is it? Oh, Lena should be about finishing work now. I think we might be having a chippy tonight if they're open, because I fancy it. I do fancy a chippy. Nice jumbo and chips. How's Cluedo? So has everyone got anything on the painting table today? Please do let us know if you're working on anything. As always, post your work in progress in the Paint Slam Discord, or your finished work even. !! Discord gets you in. Join in, fill in your hobby logs, and yeah, I'm sure all the paint slammers would love to see what you've been working on. Going to be working on some scaving later. Amazing. What have you got? I used to have a big box full of scaving. It was all the ones from the Isle of Blood starter set. I can't remember what I did with them, whether I sold them or whether I gave them to a friend. Can't remember. Uh-oh. 2 storm fiends to finish up and lots of clan rats. Awesome. I've just noticed something about this thing I'm painting, and I just need to this is completely unintentional, but I'm a little worried that I've accidentally done something. Okay, it's not exactly the same. I was a bit worried that I'd accidentally... Hang on. Let me find it on my phone. I was concerned for a moment because my model was looking a little bit like... a little bit like Dragon Ball Z, the Great Saiyaman. Completely unintentional, but it was giving me that vibe. It's not a million miles away. It just occurred to me as I was putting that goblin green down that it looked like it. However, if I ever need a green to paint a miniature of the Great Saiyaman, guess what? Found the perfect green for it. So my old hammer wood elves, I don't actually use goblin green for the bases because it is quite a bright green. I actually use Death Guard green from the current paint range, which is a nice kind of subdued grassy green. I mean, how many variations are there? It's going to look like something. It is always going to look like something. This is true. Right, to try and do around the chin and the neck without getting it all over the face. So let's go around that coloury bit. This is where the painting handle really comes in handy to move the model around and hit up all those nooks and crannies. Did splodge a bit of green onto there, but that's just the belt buckle, so that's going to become silver or gold later anyway. So that's okay. If anyone does pick up any nostalgia paints, do let me know which colours you've ordered. It'd be awesome to see how they look as well and what you do with them. Exclamation mark nostalgia if you want to look at the website. I think there's a bit of bare arm there, actually. It looks like bare arm. Okay. Sometimes on these older sculpts you don't quite realise what you're looking at until you've started painting it. And you realise, oh, it's this or it's that. Especially with the white primer, where you can sort of lose details into themselves a little bit. So I'm going to need to go over that a little bit. One of those things, when you paint a model for the first time as well, you don't always know what you're doing. If you paint like a repeat model or a repeat unit, you've got that experience of knowing what bits go where. You can kind of work a bit quicker. Work smarter. So, let's grab just a little bit more of this bronzed flesh colour. Just apply a little bit down into this army area. Just up there, under there. Luckily there's like a bracelet up there as well, so we're going over that with a metallic anyway. The bronzed flesh definitely works better over pure white. It's a fairly transparent colour, as you can see. Just taking a few coats to hide that red. But yeah, that goblin green's really Started to bring that model together a bit now. So, because they haven't sent me any metallics, the metallic bits will all be not from this range. What colour have I got that might work for the hair? Do I go for the orange? Shall I give it like a shock of orange hair? Should we try it? I want to stick to the Warcolours where I can, so let's have a go with Nostalgia 88 Hobgoblin Orange for the hair. Move that to the side a second. Let's get some of that down. So that's quite a light orange. Don't know how you can see that on the palette, but it's quite a very light orange. I'm hungry. What's everyone eating today? What did you have for lunch, or what have you got tonight? Talk food to me. Food's one of my favourite subjects because I like eating. Even a Friday night takeaway. And if not, why not? Oops. Just woke up in the States, haven't eaten anything yet. Do you have breakfast, or are you a skip breakfast sort of person? Savvy had soup for lunch, nothing exciting. Not sure what I'm going to do for dinner yet. Not sure. That sounds like takeaway. Sounds like you're going to order a kebab. All I've had today is I've had my Weetabix to start the day off, and then because I was in a rush between a work phone call and this stream, I had a can of baked beans with pork sausages for lunch, and that was it. It hasn't really filled me up. if you're really kind of like sharp hearing, you might even hear my stomach rumble. Like just then. Got some stuff in the freezer if I don't go to the shop. Awesome. We haven't got a lot of food in. We do have a pack of burgers, but they're not frozen and they say best before the 5th. So I'm a little bit hesitant at this point to risk it. They're not as pink as they were when I bought them. They're a bit more grey. So I'm a little worried they're probably not going to be good for me if I eat them. Unfortunately, we ended up having quite a few takeaways at the start of the week. So we had to kind of rush a lot of the food that was in the fridge. Might pass on those burgers, yeah. I'm thinking so. I'm thinking a pass is probably the safer choice. Looking a bit sad. That salamander's green there on the legs. It's a really dark green. It's kind of like Dark Angel's green, how it used to be before it got lighter, question mark maybe? I don't know. Although my Dark Angel's green old part is that one on the left. A tiny little splodge of green to the left of it. It might be that Salamander's green is Dark Angel's green, because obviously they couldn't call it Dark Angel's green. So it probably is old school Dark Angels. Legs is off now. Good night. Good night, Steve. Lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining me. And I will talk to you soon, no doubt. Anytime you want to chat, you know where I am. Right. Okay. So, starting to come together. Apparently I'm focusing on one model at a time at this point, rather than kind of batch painting. I've sort of like switched over to just painting this one guy. But I'm only doing 5 at a time anyway, so that's okay. If I can get them all painted to like a all base coated standard, I'm happy, basically. Then I can apply some washes and then do highlights as and when. So, what I'm going to do is grab that's not the colour I wanted. Where's the one I want? Ooh. Screaming Bell. Citadel colour Screaming Bell. So this is a recent colour from the 2012 onwards era of Citadel paints. I'm just going to go over some of the metallics with this colour, because obviously I don't have any Warcolours metallics. So I'm just going to go over things like the belt buckle, because this model is almost fully base coated at this point. This is where I'd quite like to get some of the metallics from the Warcolours range. Next time I get some money in, I think that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully this month will be a Twitch payout, fingers crossed. I was far too slack on the Twitch recently. So my last payout was back in June. But I'm getting back on it now. This year, I'm determined. Regular streaming. grow Paint Slam, grow the Twitch channel, maybe even try to be more on YouTube, although YouTube isn't a priority for me. My YouTube's kind of like supplemental to my other social media. I prefer Twitch. The more casual paint-along style suits me more than carefully edited and crafted videos. That really looks nice against the Goblin Green, that brassy bronze colour. That really does complement it nicely. So let's paint this bracelet as well. In this colour. Catch all that stuff which I accidentally got green on. Right, I'm going to do the... Is it called the pommel of the sword? The little grippy hand protectory bit. Is that the pommel? Sword experts, help. I don't know words. The pommel is the bit on the end. Oh, okay. What, this bit up here? What's the hand protectory bit called then? I assume it's a hand protector. Oh gosh, Steve always leaves when I'm out of the room. Bye if you're still here. I think Steve's asleep now. Or is at least trying to be asleep. There's a little bit of detail on the harp. It's not super sharp detail, but I'm just going to try and bring that out with the metallic as well. I think it's just the cross guard. That sounds right. Cross guard. Yeah, that sounds like a word. 10 points. £10 because it sounds right to me. On the off chance anyone here isn't already in Paint Slam, by the way, exclamation mark Paint Slam should theoretically get you a message with all the links that you need. Hopefully, maybe. Otherwise, go to paintslam.com for all the info. And only vegetarian/vegan have been trying plant-based food all week, and wow, have things improved since I was a vegetarian. Right. When you say improved, do you feel healthier? Is that what it is, or? I need to eat more fruit and veg generally. Not good at this. Not good at this humaning thing. I do, but it all tastes so nice. Huh. Yeah, at any given time our fridge has got less fruit and veg than a Scottish supermarket. And no exclusively, or not exclusively, but my husband is vegetarian and come up with good recipes. Awesome. I do eat badly sometimes, and eating healthy and veggies of things I regularly eat is great. I do sometimes have the corn versions of things, like sausages and stuff. Eggs, vegan sausage rolls are decent. Just put those, once I cover them in ketchup I can't tell the difference. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you do need a bit of ketchup just to kind of change. They can be a bit dry, I find. Like sometimes I like the corn cocktail sausages or picnic eggs. And they are alright, they are a little bit dry. Right. Ooh. Oh my god. Mike Moans
hosting with 32
an
views.
absolutely massive raid. Oh wow. Thank you. Hello. Hello everybody. Wow, I think that might be one of the biggest raids I've ever seen. Hello. Welcome in. Today, hello everybody. Hello. How was the stream? Today we're just testing out the Warcolours retro style paints. These are the Nostalgia 88 paints based off the classic 80s and 90s Citadel paints. Wonderful stream, awesome. I'm glad you had a good stream. What were you up to? So yeah, we're testing out all these classic paints,
Studio is now following,
including the lovely named Serpent Bite Leather. If you type !nostalgia in chat,
is now following.
!nostalgia will bring up an affiliate link to buy these paints. They do paint sets based off the old classic monster paint set, creature paint set, that sort of thing. And they come in 20mm pots, so there's a little bit more in them than even, I believe, hang on, I've got an old one here. Does this say how much? Yeah, these old Citadel colour paints, these were 17.5mm, and these are 20. So you actually get a little bit more paint than you did even in the classic ones. So yeah, that's an affiliate link if you click the one on the exclamation mark nostalgia. And this model here, and all the models I'm working on today, are painted almost entirely in the nostalgia paints. The only colours here that aren't nostalgia are the metallics, which I haven't got any nostalgia ones. I do also just need to have a shout out for Abata Studio and Tree Boy Mark II for the follows. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. People in the chat are currently talking about vegan and vegetarian food, something I personally don't have much experience in. So I can't really add much to that conversation, I'm afraid. But yeah, we're painting some 80s wood elves. These are from around 1987, would you believe? So they're not the newest models in the world. Thank you all for coming along with the raid. If you hear my stomach rumbling, please don't be too scared. I'm just leaving room for when we have a chippy tonight. I started out by batch painting 5 models, but I didn't feel like I was getting very far, especially considering I'm on stream, so I've ended up kind of focusing on this one model. Read you about section, I think we just became best friends. I'm also a late 30s geek and casual gamer. Awesome. What do you like to play? I mostly just play Pokemon games and stuff these days, and the odd racing game. Used to be quite into gaming quite a lot, but I've kind of dropped off recently. Used to be into anime and stuff a lot as well, but it's all just sort of passing me by now, getting old. Right. Now what I was going to do before I forgot what I was doing, I need to paint the pommel of the sword, and I was just trying to choose what colour to use for that, so I might just see what else we've got up here. I might go for a nice subtle one. Let's have a look. Marine dark blue. Now I'm guessing this is what you would call the old Ultramarines blue. Adds 20,000. Oh, you're the Paint Slam person. I thought I recognised your avatar. Yeah, I run Paint Slam, yep. If anyone here doesn't already take part in Paint Slam, please do check out paintslam.com. You can have a look at what it's all about. You can download the hobby log, and you can get involved with the Discord as well if you want to join a community of painters. It is very much a painting specific and, well, hobbying specific Discord, so there's not a lot of like off-topic stuff in there. It's not like you're going to find a huge section for like video gaming or anything like that. It's very much about the painting. Let's see. Here lately I'm stuck in a Sims 3 or Age of Empires 2 spiral. Sorry to everyone, I've been sat down too long to relieve my back. That's fine, Mike Mins. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for that raid and bringing everyone along. That's amazing, thank you. Really like the first 2 Dragon Age games. My partner Lena loves the Dragon Age games. Cluedo says, are you excited for Pokemon Legends? People seem hyped. That gets me hyped. 50-50. I think it looks interesting. I like the idea of it. My only problem is, every time I look at it, I just think it looks really janky. Goes on defensive. It looks a little bit janky, a little bit PS2-y. I mean, I'm hoping it's going to be good, but there is a certain amount of trepidation with it as well, because I'm not sure Game Freak have what it takes. But yeah, I've got it on pre-order, so I will be playing it. I haven't even finished Diamond and Pearl remakes yet. Although I was playing it with Lena, as in Lena was watching and I was playing it the other day, and you won't believe it, but I found my third shiny before even getting the shiny charm or beating the Elite Four. I was just walking around in the underground and I came across a shiny Bibarel and I couldn't believe it. I thought that was crazy. 3 shinies before even getting a shiny charm. Mental. I've only got 36 hours on the clock. I feel like all my lottery numbers have come in at once. This is a nice blue. Look at that. That's a nice shade of blue. Commissar! Hello, we just had an amazing raid from Mike Moans. How are you, Commissar? Am I going to stream Legends? I could do. I mean, I've got the capture card. If people want to watch it, then I could stream it. I mean, if people want to see it. I do want to kind of focus very much on the painting on this Twitch channel if I can, but if people would like to see Pokemon streams, then it's something I can certainly consider. Like I say, there's a certain amount of trepidation about the game just because I don't think Game Freak are the best developers. Don't hit me. I feel like they were in their element when games were 2D. Yes, I'm Pokemon Gamer too. I played Pokemon Gen 1 to 3, Pearl, but need to do post-game Gen 7, Let's Go Pikachu, and a bunch of other ones, but those are far too long for me to try and decipher what those acronyms stand for. PMDRTDX. Is that the GameCube Shadow Pokemon one? DRT? Oh, I don't even know. Having fun with Unite and Pokemon 2. Focus on painting and get that Paint Slam PDF done. Yeah. Oh, it's exclamation mark Paint Slam, I think. If you do exclamation mark Paint Slam. Oh, Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, Super Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. I'd have never worked that out. I forget about those ones. I must admit, I've pretty much only really played mainline games, Pokemon Snap, and things like the Coliseum games on the GameCube. I never got into the Mystery Dungeon or the Ranger games. Hey, that worked, didn't it? Pokemon Conquest is an underrated spin-off game. Is that the one that's like the isometric strategy RPG? That one sounds like it probably actually would be up my alley. But I wasn't familiar with the game it sort of crossed over with, or the setting. It's like crossed over with like actual Japanese history or something, isn't it? Like historical figures. Gosh, it's like if they made like a World War II game, but gave all the armies minions, like from Despicable Me or something. It's just like, okay, bit weird. Miss out on New Snap. I'd like to play the New Snap. I really would. If I had the money, I'd buy it, but I just don't have like the expendable income to buy many games. Warhammer takes it all. Crossed with Nobunaga's Ambition. There you go, that's the one. some way into Pokemon Crystal 3DS on the Virtual Console, White, Mystery Dungeon, Gates to Infinity. I've done a few emulated attempts of Heart Gold, but I need to buy the actual thing. But it costs a fortune because it's so good. I've got my original Heart Gold cartridge from back in the day, but the battery needs replacing because it doesn't save anymore. You've played Shield 2, although you haven't finished DLC 2 on that. And Let's Go Eevee, you need to finish it. I loved Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. I think they were really, really good remakes. I actually preferred the way the wild encounters worked on that game over like having to catch the traditional way. I know that probably sounds kind of like heretical, but it sped up the gameplay outside of actual battles really nicely, and the way you could chain for shinies and stuff worked so well for me. I really liked it. So what we're using here is Mithril Silver, the actual old classic Games Workshop Mithril Silver. Just a little bit on where the gemstones are going to be. Goblin Orange. So yeah, these are all, apart from the metallics, like I say, these are all the Warcolours paints. They did very kindly hook me up with a smorgasbord of paints to try out, and they have given me an affiliate link, so if anyone does want to use the !nostalgia link to buy any of these, I do get a small kickback, which helps out with Paint Slam and the channel and keeps things going. What's that? Oh, it's someone on TikTok, okay. I very, very recently joined TikTok, which you can find me at on the usual name, John Jeff. I haven't got many TikToks yet, but if anyone is on there, do give me a follow, please. Might encourage me to make more. Right. Yeah, Gold's got 2 regions and all the extras. Objectively the best. Yeah, Heart Gold was so good. Heart Gold, Soul Silver were brilliant. Really, really good. Nearly 700 hours on the clock in Heart Gold.
Hello.
Dead Iaminize is
Emerald
now
saves
following.
keep dying after the leak. Oh no. Emerald was where I first found a shiny. Got a Tailo before the first gem. That was cool. I thought GBA games were the ones whose batteries died. And they weren't flashcards from DSL. Thank you for the follows. Deadeye Minis. Oh, it's one. I thought the Pretzel Rocks things was another follow. Deadeye Minis, thank you so much for the follow. Kudo says I just got back into reading Twitter. Can't imagine how long it'll take me to get on TikTok. Yep. It's a bit of a learning curve. I do feel about 90 years old when I go on TikTok. I definitely feel tooOld.com to be using it. But, you know, if you want to keep up to date with social media, and as someone who's running Paint Slam, it kind of makes sense for me to try and keep up. So I sold out and signed up. Right, the next stage for this model is basically just to do a wash on it, although I do want to clean up a little bit around that handle again. So what I'm going to do is, because I've been sent these and I wanted like sort of do a written review for the Paint Slam blog on these as well, I am going to take a photo of this model just in a moment as it looks before I do any washes and stuff on it, just so people can see how the colours look on the model from the pot, basically. I'm really impressed with these paints. They really do capture the feel and the texture and the smell of how these paints used to be. cool. And like I say, the old school pots, just like they used to be, you know. Even the labels look similar. It's really nice. Ooh, Lena's messaged me. Just bear with me a second while I look at my phone. She's on the bus. Good. Oh, she's on her way home. I'm losing my voice. Right. Okay, actually, yeah, let's just going to lower the camera down a little bit because my light is attached to my camera. I'm going to pop that model about there. And I'm going to take a quick snap of the model. That really shows off the colours under the light. And take one at the back as well. And what I'll do is I'll say what colours I've used as well. And then when we've done washes on it, we can see how the washes bring out the colours. I've really been enjoying using these paints, I've got to say. It's been so fun. It's been so fun. Do the Nostalgia line use the gel medium or not? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. All I know is that they are based on the old ones and they look and feel like the old ones. So that's all I can really tell you. I don't know anything about how they're actually made. I guess I could always ask or have a look on the website. Because I will be ending up doing a blog about them, so I'll have to do a little bit more research onto them. But yeah, I think that's looking pretty cool already. So, what I'm going to do is grab, if I can find it, I want to find, Gilliman Flesh. Is that one over there? No, that's Fire Slayer Flesh, that'd be too dark. Where are you? Ghoulie Man Flesh. You're around here somewhere. That's that one. Cygor Brown. The Silicon Grey. That's the problem with the contrast paints. They're really hard to identify from above. They're very hard to identify from above. They all look very dark. Ah, there's a pot of Gilliman Flesh. Okay. I think Lena might have my other parts, so I'm just going to open this new one, because that was about run out anyway. All I've done on Twitter since returning is disabling as much of it as possible, says Kudo. Really get into the spirit of things. Absolutely. The next thing to do on Twitter is to make sure you've got a massive block list. They also apparently smell and taste like the old ones. These very much do. Well, flavour I'm not going to confirm either way because you shouldn't be tasting your paints, but in terms of the smell, these nostalgia paints really do smell perfect, exactly like they used to. And you can pick them up at !nostalgia. Wink wink. So a bit of Gilliman Flesh just over the skin there. Be interesting to see how these actually like flow over the paints, because obviously it'll be a different sort of texture compared to more recent paints. They do feel a bit smoother. So I'm just going to apply that over the skin tone. This is the contrast Gilliman Flesh. In fact, I'll also do this over the bronze areas. So we're really mixing like the oldest style of paints with the newest here, which is a fun juxtaposition. You know what I'm trying to say. Between the old and the new, basically. Words.com. Might do this colour over the hair as well. Because if I do agrax on the hair, it's going to dull that orange down, whereas the Guilliman flesh will probably help it. Ah, I think they should set you a pot of gravy too. Or something to dunk in, maybe some like dunky breadsticks to dunk into the paints. Clearly blocked every ad, went to everyone's profile, disabled retweets, just getting wound up on the block list party. You don't like retweets? I feel like there should be a thing called an anti-social network where it's just where you can go on to not talk to anyone, and it's like millions of people sign on just so they can't interact with each other. Thank you for joining the anti-social network. Click here to see absolutely nobody ever again. And like I said earlier, don't worry about the mould line running down the middle of the model too much. Yes, it's quite prominent, but I'm not worrying too much about it. Partly because I don't really want to start shaving down and getting filings on lead models. I don't want to be like breathing in lead dust or something. Erring on the side of caution on that one. Warcolours gravy is a brown paint they make from leftovers of the paint making process. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Right, so I'm just going to agrax everything that I didn't use the Guilliman flesh on and just see how it comes out. This is agrax, isn't it? It's really dark. Okay. It probably just looks dark because all these colours are so strong and vivid compared to the slightly duller colours of modern paints. Makes you realise just why classic paint jobs were so bright. Because the paints were just really, just really bright. I'm not very good at, explaining things. Use your words, Jess. Use your words. My vocabulary be small. Oh, it's a doorbell. Bear with me. Oof. Yo, 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 I'm back. It wasn't pizza, it was a parcel for Lena. Doo-doo-doo. What colour paints are 100% vegan? Well, there you go then. I'm a part-time vegan. Whew. Oh dear. Oh. Running down them stairs has taken it out of me now. I don't know, eh? Who'd have their front door downstairs? Ridiculous. There we go, you see. What a difference the washes make. What a difference. You heard that. Heard what? What did you hear? My stomach. It might be my chair. But it might have been the stomach. So, that's that one. Base coated and shaded, as you can see. Heard that, your stomach, or a burp? It might have been a burp. It could well have been. Oh gosh. Okay, right. So the job is now, I want to get them all done to this level and then I'm highlighting them all together. So, now that we've seen how the colours all look, and I think they look pretty spiffy. Did I miss you saying it? What kind of pizza did you get? It wasn't a pizza. It was just a parcel for Lena. I can't remember what she said she'd ordered. Maybe a memory card for the Switch or something. What did she say she'd ordered? Yeah, it is an SD card. Okay. Yeah, just an SD card. Not a pizza. Although we might well be having chips tonight from the Chippy. So, yay. Right, Goblin Green. Gonna move on to the next model. I was batch painting them, you see, and then I started to just focus on that one musician. I get to a point and I'm just like, I don't want to batch paint anymore, I just want to get them done one at a time. Because painting one at a time is more fun. Lena will be home soon anyway. Just remember, do you own a copy of Fire Warrior? Oh, for the PS2. It's a good question, actually. I don't know, is the answer. If I don't own it, I don't know why I don't own it. If I do own it, that's cool. But I don't really fancy moving all of Lena's Master System games out of the way to go and check at the moment. Maybe I should order a copy. Maybe yes. That would be a game for Lena to play on stream. Oh yeah. It's an absolute masterpiece of a game. Masterpiece. To be fair, I did read the Fire Warrior novel a while ago, and I actually did quite enjoy it. It was alright. Of course, that's a scroll they're holding. I might have to clean that up. Let's just get this goblin green down. I want to say thank you to everyone who's followed me today. I appreciate you all coming in and saying hello and joining me on this retro painting journey. And I hope to see you again here as well in the future. That'd be awesome. I'm not going anywhere just yet. I'm just saying now, in case I forget later. I know what I'm like. I think I have to order every violet and purple paint Warcolours has. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. But make sure you use my affiliate link. Wink, wink. Did you see the purple amethyst paint there when we tested that out? Beautiful, beautiful metallic amethyst paint. I definitely want to get the glistening green and the polished blue. Definitely want to get those. And tin bits. And the mithril silver. Gotta get those. What a lovely collection of paints, honestly. Look at that goblin green. Isn't that nice? Hey? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Isn't it nice? If Lena comes in bearing chips, then I'm going to be having to cut the stream short quite quickly. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush just to get around all these little crevices. Now you just need moot green. Or, if not moot green, I could always use scorpion green. Ooh. One of the colours I was happiest to get in this box from Warcolours was Hawk Turquoise. One of my all-time favourite colours. Even during my 10-year break away from the hobby, I used to sometimes just sit there and think to myself, I wish I had a pot of Hawk Turquoise. Not to use, just to have, you know? Just to say I owned it. It's like, yeah, Sotek Green's okay, but it's no Hawk Turquoise. Did they send me the whole nostalgia range? They did not. They sent me 18 colours out of about 70, I think. Or at least they're aiming to hit 70. So there's still quite a few colours that I will be purchasing in post, as and when I can afford to do so anyway. Haven't got much cash at the moment, but I think when I get my next Twitch payout, it'll be split between getting between the new Eldar stuff and some more of these paints. I really, 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 really do want the new Eldar stuff. I saw those new Rangers and the Ranger jet bikes and I was just like, yes, sold. Sold. They're like space wood elves, they'll do. Can I just do an entire craft world of nothing but Rangers, please? So good, you guys. So pretty. Dumb Dingus 1. New Eldar stuff has convinced me to invest in an Eldar kill team. That sounds cool to me. Sounds very cool. So far, I've painted up 5 Dire Avengers and a 1990 Eldar Warlock. You can catch the VOD for at least the Eldar Warlock, possibly the Dire Avengers. Somewhere on this channel in the VOD section. Oh, pretty sure 18 is all I currently have in the range. Oh, okay, maybe I do have one of each. Belly button armor on the Guardians. Grim Powdy, hello fellow mini painters. Hello, how are you? Hope you're well. Oof. Constantly trying to readjust myself so my legs don't go too numb. Hey, this is a long stream for me, isn't it? I like a long one. Right. Let's try and paint that belt under there. Painting some Artisan Guild orcs. That's awesome. I'm painting some 1980s, actual 1980s Warhammer. This is some old elves, wood elves technically, but I don't know if they were originally called wood elves. I think they might have been just called like Sylvan elves or something at the time. The slaughter bases literally just say elf. So that's what I'm working on. What's everyone in chat working on? If you came along with the raid and you're painting along, please do pop in, say hello, and let us know what you're working on. Yeah, I'm working on these classic elves. I wish I knew who the sculptor was for some of these, but in my Citadel Legends catalogue that has a lot of these in, it just says from the Citadel design team. So even as far back as 1997, they weren't saying who the sculptor was for these ones. Looks like, almost like she's got a pocket watch or something. There's like a little disc there on a chain. Maybe she's a Time Lord in disguise. Little fob watch. Probably Goodwin. Working on Inverness, yet again, bane of my life. Oh, Lena's home. I can hear her opening the front door. Here she is. The love of my life. The love of my life, the ever gorgeous Lena levels up.
Is it me or did it just get gay around here?
It got super gay in here. Hello.
Excellent. I'm all
Hi.
in favour.
Your SD card just turned up.
Awesome.
You just turned up. Hi.
Hi.
We're having a nice stream. We had a nice raid.
Lovely.
How are you? They're nice. I'm just using the Citadel colour at the moment because they didn't send me metallics, obviously. So from metallics, I'm using the normal current ones.
Okie dokie.
Grim Parody says wholesome.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm really hungry. Like, actually, like, struggling to concentrate levels of hungry.
Oh dear, that's not good.
But I'm not giving up the stream until such a time as food may mysteriously appear. Mysteriously.
Hey, Ludo!
Like, if the chippy mysteriously sort of, like, appeared.
I was going to say, are you still going to hold me to this admittedly rather excellent plan?
I mean...
Kamasai just says, gay.
Gay?
Yeah.
Yes. 100%. This is a gay stream, by the way, if anyone hadn't noticed.
It's a very gay stream. It's gayer now I'm here.
Yeah, it is. Hi, gay. I mean, wife.
Hi, gay.
Joe Hoka, gay.
Would now be a really bad time to tell you that I've bought pep?
No, because I've got an empty glass.
No, convenient.
I've got an empty glass, and there is actually still an open bottle in the fridge.
Oh, that's good.
I'm gay. That's why I'm here.
Excellent. Excellent. Would it also be a terrible thing to tell you that I bought you a bag of mini flumps?
Mini flumps?
Yeah.
That would be the second best thing you could tell me.
Cool.
After I bought you hazelnut chocolate.
Nice. Would you like a Mars bar
That'll do.
or 9?
9 Mars bars? Oh my god. 9!
I'm not saying I spoil her,
But
but I do. What's in the parcel? It's an SD card for a Switch.
Switch? Why would you need a Switch?
I have no idea.
It's not like you're gonna stream on it,
Am I not?
are you? no.
In fact,
No.
it could easily be arranged.
Oh, careful.
Oh, sorry.
Don't lean on the chair too much. I'm trying to be accurate.
Sorry.
How could you?
How could I?
Right. Hey, look at this. This is looking really cool, right?
Is that goblin green?
That's the goblin green.
Oh, it's
That one
nice.
there, I've got the wash down already on, so you can kind of see how they look once the washes are on.
Oh, that looks good.
You're gonna work on Lilith tonight.
Hopefully.
That'd be cool. I just want a photograph her. Which one of you takes an SD card? Whichever slot it'll go into, basically.
I think Jess needs one.
Earthquake.
But
Lena
don't-
shakes the chat. I was imagining a much larger parcel. Cluedo, that's not safe for work.
Terms of service.
Cluedo, we don't want to know about your large parcel.
Oh,
Or do
oh, it's
we?
not ours, it's Cluedo.
Or do we want to know about the large parcel?
Oh dear.
Apparently this chat just went very not safe for work.
I know.
See what a bad influence my wife is.
And all I did was turn up.
Gay.
So did he.
There's a little. Oh, it's got a little mushroom on it. Show everyone the mushroom.
I'm gonna invade the
Yeah,
shop.
show everyone Donald Trump's.
I deliberately didn't say package, and you still made it rude.
Go on, you can bring it in front. It's fine.
Hang on, where are we? Where are we?
Now I can't see.
Your light's very bright.
Yeah, hold it down a bit. Down a bit. Down a bit. Down a bit. It's zoomed down here. Move it down.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see the mushroom?
Can you tell it's got a mushroom on it?
God, the light's reflecting off of it really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hang on, should I remove it from its casing? That might help.
Yeah, get your mushroom out.
Oh my.
Oh my god, it's hideous. The music's turned into a lullaby.
Hope you're not feeling sleepy.
Well,
I
chat,
hope-
chat would probably tell you that I've been yawning.
Yeah. That's normal though.
If you want something not safe for work, I have a pic of my spilled Agrax Earthshade. Oh no. That is not safe for work.
That's not safe for work. That's not safe for happiness.
Agrax Bukake shade.
Oh my. Does this mean we can have Mario Kart? Yeah, probably. I do have... Our copy of that is a physical copy, isn't it?
Yes, we have one physical copy of Mario Kart.
Excellent.
We don't have two physical copies of Mario Kart. So I can't play you if you play you.
Damn it.
Well, I mean, if we did split screen, I guess. But we can't do, like, internet to play.
This is not ideal, but... Hang on.
What
See-
up?
Can you see now? No, your light is just...
Hang on. Boop, boop.
There you go.
Well, now I can't see what I'm painting.
It's got a little mushroom on it. It's cute.
Mushroom.
Mushroom.
There's not much room to maneuver. Right. Toads are fungi.
But yes, we can...
Ow!
What?
My stomach just made a stabbing owie pain.
That's not good.
Of hunger.
Don't do that.
Oh, okay, I won't. I never thought of it like that.
Huh.
It's easy to be lively when I've got someone to talk to. When I'm on my own and I'm trying to entertain the chat, I worry that I'm too quiet because I don't know what to say. But as soon as my wife gets here, all the gay levels ramp up through the roof, and
It doesn't take much.
and everything's gonna be okay. I mean, okay. By the way, if you like gay and Warhammer, join the Paint Slam Discord.
Plug, 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 plug.
Exclamation mark Paint Slam. It's where we paint and we're gay. Not everyone in Paint Slam is gay, specifically, actually, but... why? Don't tickle me, I'm trying to paint, why?
Sorry, Sabby told me I should.
Did Sabby tell you to do that?
Literally, look at Jack.
Sabby, I will kill you.
With love!
Kill you with love. I probably deafened the chat. Now that Lena has a sizable Drukhari army, she needs a Tantalus next.
Tantalus?
A Tantalus. Don't ask me. I don't know either.
Hang on, I'll have a look.
I thought Tantalus was the tower in Persona 3. Hey, that paint's dried out on the palette. Didn't say you could do that. Jess noises, you told me to tickle no scent, it's only fair. Okay, but you'd better tickle no scent.
Held on to that one for a bit.
You'd better tickle no scent after getting that to happen. You've scared...
I see the words Forge World, this does not bode well for my...
Forge World. You're not buying Forge World. Well, if you buy Forge World, I'm not assembling Forge World. I'm simply not even going to attempt to assemble Forge World, so you can do that yourself. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try. Last time I tried to assemble Forge World, I actually, literally was on the verge of tears. I was like, I can't get it to stick. It's not working. I hate it.
Oh no, it's pretty cool.
You're pretty cool.
It's also 105 quid.
You're 105 quid. Sorry, I'm doing the thing again. What?
It's cool.
You're cool. Okay, that's kind of cool. So Commissar's going to buy you one of them? That's very kind. Commissar, you're a legend.
It's the...
Hey Commissar, did the Nurgling arrive yet?
Oh yeah.
Did it arrive?
Did the totally rigged Nurgling arrive?
Rigged, yeah. It's the Forge World Jabba's barge.
Yeah.
I hope the Nurglings arrived with it. Oh, not yet. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully it'll get there safely soon. Stupid Brexit. I hear a switch.
I'm just sorting out the...
USD. I'm so hungry. When we were little, my little sister once brought home some homework, and she'd done a picture of a tiger, and because she was very young and she couldn't spell very well, underneath it she'd written in children's writing, "A tiger came to our house because it was hungry." And it was adorable.
That sounds really cute.
She'd actually spelled hungry, Hogwe, hungry. Hungry. And it was a really cute little picture, and it was on the fridge for about 10 years. It was so cute. Oh. Hungry. A tiger came to our house because it was hungry. What did it eat? Don't ask. He's so cute. I miss my little sister. She lives all the way down in Kent. I hardly get to see her. And my brother lives in Berlin. I miss him too. I hardly get to see him. Everyone lives so far away. Steve lives in bloody Australia. He couldn't get any further away. The next stop is the moon.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was about to quote the thing.
Yeah. Everyone cool lives too far away. Oh, the Nurgling's probably stuck at Harrow. What's a Nurgly place where a Nurgling chap would likely be stuck? Is there a place? It's on the Nurgle-Burgle ring. Not. I'll wedge that one in. Not the Nurburgring. The Nurgle-Burgle ring. It's just going round in laps now. You're like, why is it in? Why is it there? Is that fucking Germany? Or Austria or something? Is it Germany? The Nurburgring?
Germany, isn't it?
Yeah. It sounds German. Oh, I like this character's hairstyle. I just realised they got like a cool little kiss curl at the front. It looks cute. This unit has 2 gingers now. Not 1, but 2. Because I haven't got a yellow paint from this collection, so I'm using the ginger. But I think elves actually in green with the ginger hair, I think it actually looks really nice. It's got like a kind of Irish fey sort of look to it. Or is it Scottish? Which one's ginger hair associated with? How big was your card? 128?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That'll hold some games.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's catch up with chat, shall we? I'm in Ohio and the family that I love is in Washington State on the other side of the country. That's quite a distance then. The Pacific Islands will be further away. Cowlick? I'm a ginger and I get compliments when I wear dark green. Irish are more stereotypically ginger. I think there's something about it, like green clothes with ginger hair. It's just got a nice look to it. I think it just complements really well. I might need to do more ginger wood elves because I think it looks really nice.
Red and green?
Kind of like orangey red.
Mm.
Yeah.
Complementary colours, there you are.
Mm-hmm. Because most of my wood elves are blonde at the moment because it's like the Wood Elf Codex says most of the wood elves have either blonde or like raven black hair.
You're like, oh no, with the raven hair.
But
Gingers.
but no, I really like the ginger hair. It looks really pretty. Right, so Guilliman flesh. Guilliman flesh. I'm going to apply this to the skin and the bronze areas on the hair on this one as well. And then that's 2 of them done to the shading stage. Totally shady. Would the real flesh shady please stand up? Do you get it? Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
The real flesh shady. Do you get it? Yeah, do you get it? You get it? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you get it.
Oh, I haven't asked you the ultimate question about those paints.
What? What do they taste like?
No.
Oh, well, it tastes nice. Carry on. That wasn't my question.
I was going to say, do they smell like they used to?
They do. They've got the proper 90s scent. They smell really nice. They're sensational. No, they really do have that proper 90s and 80s Citadel colour scent. Paint.
Thanks.
I don't know, I can't really equate it to anything else. It's just the unique old Warhammer paint smell.
How they managed to replicate it, like so many aspects of it.
I don't know, they must have got the recipes pretty close. They must have done. M&M bought an NFT. What a teat. NFT stands for no fucking thanks. Bloody things. Then you got Konami
Yeah, but
doing a Konami.
Is Konami, we're not surprised?
Yeah, because Konami is Konami. And Konami is the worst. Wow.
Did Square Enix surprise you by?
Well, by doing it.
Yeah, because like, Ubisoft didn't surprise me.
Honestly, in the gaming industry now,
No.
nothing surprises me. In a world where they just want to scam as many pennies out of you as they can. They did a lot of research. They definitely did do a lot of research for these paints. Because I know that Instar, they don't do them anymore, but they used to have some good colour matches. I always found their paints were a little bit thin. I know they were supposed to be, but I found them a little bit too thin. Whereas these...
You can't buy paint thickener.
No, paint thickener I don't think is a thing, is it?
No.
So...
Like, what's the opposite of medium? What's the opposite of water plus plus?
Water minus? Yeah, so... Yeah. I forgot what I was talking about. Paint. Something about paints. Yeah, the Instar paints, they were nice, but they were a little bit thin. I don't think they actually even sell the colour matched ones anymore. I think they just do like a self-mixing system now.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I like their Water Plus. I like their accessories more than I like their paints. But they do some more nice ones. But yeah, these Warcolours are really super spot on. Really cool. Exclamation mark nostalgia.
You could
To pick your vein up.
You could say, colour you impressed?
You can colour me impressed. Ha ha! NFT is new fraud token.
Oh yeah.
Lena, paint thickener is called leaving the pot open. Ah, that's true, yeah.
Of course.
Just let it kind of dry out a little bit.
Of course it is.
Or just buy a pot of Corax White. It thickens itself. Or,
Hearing them over.
what was the other paint that they first did? Not White Scar. They had another paint when they first launched that paint range. I can't remember what it's called, but oh my god, it just clumped in seconds. The one they did before Corax White. Can't remember what it's called, but oh my god, it was so clumpy all the time. Right, so look at that. That's two of them done to the shady stage.
Totally shady.
Totally shady. And I don't think I'm going to get the other three done on this stream to the standard because it's just going to take too long. So I think my stomach is dictating that it's time to...
I mean, you say it's dictating, but you do realise that, like,
The chippy isn't open
We are
yet.
at the mercy of Le Chippy,
I know.
and it's not open for what, like 45 minutes.
Nah, it's 4:45. They'll be opening like now.
Will they?
Yeah, I thought they opened at like 5 o'clock, didn't they?
Ooh, that'd be good.
Well,
That
anyway.
means we won't have to wait so long.
Ceramite white. That's the one. More like ceramite shite. Sorry. I love GW, but that ceramite white was really bad.
Why?
Hello. Hello.
They might actually be open.
It might be open. Okay, we're gonna go and raid.
The quick food! Wait. Let me double check. Let me check. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay. Well, I know who we're gonna raid. We're gonna go and raid. Let's make it Orky because she's an awesome painter. Why don't I just type the word "the" instead of "let's"? Let's make it Orky. There we go. So we're gonna go and raid Orky. Thank you all for joining me. This is probably my most watched
Thank you.
stream ever in terms of viewers, thanks to that amazing raid earlier.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining me, Josh Clark. Yeah, it's been amazing having you here. I really enjoyed these paints. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me use them. Do follow
Quick,
me on
rate them out of
social
10.
media and stuff. And out of 10,
Yeah, rate those paints.
9.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah. So we're going to go and raid. So please come with me on the raid. We'll go and say hello and see you all on the next stream. Love you. Bye.